Bama hiker here. We are getting ready to start another Mount Shasta adventure. I'm at the Clear Creek trailhead with my brother John over there at his truck. See him back out there doing his thing, getting ready. We're getting ready to get geared up and go up. But we're at the trailhead here. If you're coming up here, you got a couple options. You can go ahead and get your summit pass here at the trailhead, or earlier we went into town and got ours at the actual ranger station. And here's what it looked like there. John and I have stopped at the Mount Shasta Ranger Station to pick up our summit permits. John got himself an annual permit. This is good through the end of the year. It's really kind of neat in here. If you ever come up here, instead of going by and getting your summit permits at one of the trailheads, stop in here. There's a wealth of information, and the walls are just covered with all sorts of interesting information. You can also get a variety of tips on the different routes. They have maps if you need those. They've got publications. And if you want to discuss in detail, back here on the wall, there it is. You can also see their topographical relief map, which is pretty cool, showing you the surrounding area. So, well, we've got our permits, and we are going to head up to the mountain. So you got those two options. They got a payment tube right back here after you pick up your permit out of the box. And if you're at the trailhead here, they also have a little relief facility. So you can go ahead and pick up what they call your human waste bags inside the trailhead bathroom. Now we're going to get our gear on and head on up. Well, we're pushing off at 10:45 from the trailhead, which is at about 6,485 feet, and we are starting to head up into the mountains. I did a quick check of my pack weight. I'm carrying about 38.5 pounds. John, what was yours?
36.5.
And today we did a baseline with a pulse ox meter. I'm starting out between 93 and 95 on the pulse ox, with my resting pulse was about 65 to 70. John?
Same with me on 93 to 95 on the pulse ox, and then I was around 84 on my pulse.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll check it later up on the mountain. The first part of the Clear Creek route actually goes through some pretty heavily forested area. And it's a pretty well-defined trail, but from the trailhead it's a little hard to get onto because of all the recent falling of debris and trees. So when you get to the trailhead, just be kind of careful, look for it. It basically runs along the finger of a ridge line that follows Big Mud Creek. Out in the distance you can see Mud Creek Falls, and here we are, and then up ahead is our destination, Mount Shasta. And Brother John, time to push on.
That is correct. It sure is great hiking. Temperature's just right, especially when we're not in the sun.
Yeah, it sure has cooled off too.
Oh, it feels awesome.
Right up above the ice field you see right there, there's a dark mound. That is our camp for tonight. That's where we'll have our bivy site. Then from there we'll climb up along this route here. You can see up there in the distance, you can see where the head wall is, then you can see up to the top. And that's the route we'll be taking tomorrow as we make our climb to the top from right there. So after 2 hours of hiking, we've climbed up to about 8,200 feet. We stopped for about a 15-minute break right back over here in the shade. But what I want to show you is we are breaking out and we're getting ready to traverse across this area here. And there it is. We are getting up in the hills. We're up near the slopes where we're going. And just right over here is the springs, which are about 8,300 feet. We're going to go ahead and top off on some water right there, and then we'll make our push on up to our bivy site for tonight. We're just making an easy traverse across across to the 8,200, 8,300 foot area. Moving over towards the springs now. Looks like it's a little bit of a rock garden out through here. We've been traveling a little less than 3 hours, and we have reached what is known as the springs up here, where you get your last water before going up Mount Shasta. We're going to move up a little bit higher, but we're going to go ahead and get our water, and then push on to our bivvy site. Hey, I got an idea. You want to watch us filling up with water? We can do that. Okay, come on, let's go do it. See what we're doing? We're topping off some empty 2-liter bottles. We'll be able to take this up to our bivvy site, so we got cooking and hydration, maximum water. Once we get above 9,000, there's nothing. This is basically the last spot, unless you want to melt what's left of the snow and the ice. Whistle while we pump.
This water is like, it's literally probably 36, 38 degrees. Cold, nice cold.
Ice cold.
Good. I want to take my boots off and soak my feet is what I want to do.
Yeah, for the people downstream who want to drink, it's a special treat.
That way they taste what toe jam tastes like.
A drink with toe jam and bread. It's gorgeous up here, bro. Gorgeous.
It's really beautiful. It's a nice trail too. Really nice trail. Look how good it is.
It's a little after 3:30, and we're just pretty much come above 9,000 feet, and we stopped for a little bit for a break. John's gonna charge up his phone and check some data, see if he's got cellular reception. But it's been an ass kicker. Coming up, we've probably hit some slope areas in this loose scree that were probably somewhere around 40 to 50 degrees. And after we loaded up with water back at the spring, our packs are probably somewhere around 45, 50 pounds. So it is, in this loose gravel and sand, it's just a butt kicker. So other than that, feeling pretty good. Just had a snack, some more water, and we're getting ready to push on to our final campsite for the night, which is probably about another 500 vertical feet above us. Finally, we got some shade from the sun. It's so much cooler. It feels great climbing up through here now. At about 9,200 feet, there's a bivvy site. Right here on the ridgeline, which we were pointing out earlier. You can see how the area's been all cleaned out, and they put a nice windbreak up here with the rocks. And so, what we're actually doing is we're going up a little bit higher. Right up here is where our bivvy site's going to be, just on the edge of this. This used to be one of the glaciers up here, but this next rock formation up here is where we're actually headed up to for our bivvy site. All right, I'm pushing on. John's right behind me. Cheers. I want to go ahead and take the opportunity to show you my where I'm camping. This is what we call a bivvy site, and there's two of them up here, and here's one of the carved out holes in the rocks, which has been smoothed out. It has a reinforced wall over here, which helps as a wind block. And I've gone ahead and set up my tent, and I just wanted to show you how I've gone ahead and used the rocks as anchoring systems here. This way, if the wind does pick up with a thunderstorm during the night, everything's tied in really tight. I don't have to worry about my tent pegs and poles pulling out because I've reinforced them and secured them with heavy rocks. Anchored them all down. See right in there, going right back up. Same thing with the touchdown point back there as well. All right, let's take a quick peek inside. Here you go. I got my sleeping bag laid out. I'll put my head up at this end. There's my jacket for in the morning. And I can throw my backpack in there in case it rains. It's out of the way and won't get wet. So this is my site right here that I'll be sleeping in. And let's go up and take a look where Brother John's camped out for the night.
Okay, so what I basically did here was set my tent up in this little hole right here. It's got some rocks to block the wind on this side, rocks to block the wind on the back side. Just use some big rocks to secure it, and then just equipment inside. Still have to set the inside up, haven't rolled out my sleeping bag or anything. And I just got to organize the rest of my junk so it looks nice. And get ready to have my backpack for tomorrow. That's it. Pretty simple. Alright, so what I've done is I just preheated my stove, kicked it on, it's burning nice. I'm getting ready to heat a little water so we can have dinner. So it's working good with the altitude and should be very nice. First time using it.
We have our camp stove going for tonight. And what we're planning to have for dinner is the Hungry Hikers Murray's Hurried Curry. It's got a very good rating from Backpacker's Choice. The little stove is going right now. This is a new one I just picked up. I'm testing this out. And I'm going to see if this rig will work out for my solo climb on Mount Whitney later next month. And you see we filled up the 2-liter water bottle. And we'll use that for tonight's hydration and dinner.
It's going to be awesome. I love it.
Well, it's 8:30. The moon is rising. I have prepared my bathroom right there. You can see I got a bullseye. That's what you're supposed to poop on. Then you wrap it up and you put it in a Ziploc bag. And it's getting dark out here. See if I can get everything to focus up. But pretty much I got everything packed up, ready to go in the morning. Got the bag ready to grab and go. I'm going to change a few clothes. Then we'll be out of here. Good morning. It's about 2:47. We started at 2 o'clock and we stopped at 2:30. I think we've gained at least 750 feet in elevation. We stopped at the edge of this snowfield that you can see out here in the distance. We put on our crampons and we're getting ready to start traversing the ice field to the next altitude level. It's about 5:15. I think it's somewhere around getting close to the 12,000 foot mark. The moon is setting over here, but back over here on the horizon we're getting the before morning nautical twilight. Yep, can't see him, but John's coming up behind me. But we're getting that before morning nautical twilight. You know, I was thinking we are moving so much faster than when I climbed it a year ago. Okay, more later. It's 6:15. I'm losing the moon, but I got a surprise. The sun has just risen. It's a new day up here in Mount Shasta. Doing pretty good. John is down below me. He's the stronger climber, so he's following further behind just in case there's a rock slide or something. But he's got a lot more energy than his 9-year-old brother. So he's looking good. I'm a little shaky. But there's the sun coming in. And right up here, that is what's known as red rocks. It looks like red rock, very similar to the red banks on the other side in Avalanche Gulch. That is 12,870 feet. I'm not that much further from it. It's probably about maybe 150 feet above me. So, and there's our last push. We're going to be going around the right side. After we go around Red Rock, we'll encounter more snow and we'll go ahead and cramp on up. And there's my moon. It's setting. Thank you, moon, for all the illumination tonight, or this morning. Well, it's 8:25. I've reached the area which is part of the summit plateau. Back over there is the top of Misery Hill. Not too far away right there, there's the summit. Close. John, Dave, and I got separated. We lost the trail, and we got into the rocks, and so it was a very, very, very sketchy and scary scramble over boulders. I had to climb over freaking boulders. It was safer to climb up than try to climb down. But I made it back over towards the glacier we were supposed to be climbing up. Now I spoke with John on the radio. He's fine. He's just behind me, not too far. So I'm going to just move right over here and basically wait for John at the top of the hill right there, which is almost towards the summit. That way I'll be able to watch for him. Okay, Bama hiker, yeah! Woo! I'm pooped. Can't breathe. Okay, Brother John's just crested the hill that I came up, and he's not too far behind me. And we'll be doing a link up. He'll probably be here in about another 20-25 minutes. Then we'll have a nice long break before we head up towards the summit, which is right behind us. Right over there. That's it, the summit! Yeah! We're so close. Well, we have made it. Brother John and I summited Mount Shasta once. Well, for me, number 2, John number 1. We did it at 9:40. We're up here at 14,000 feet, 179 feet. We've got, we're going to stand over here in a minute, take some pictures up here. John's going ahead and he's filling out the logbook. I just filled it out, and we're safe, we're sound, and we hope you're all doing good. We made it. Woohoo! Woo! Here's the view from the summit of Mount Shasta. Hope you all enjoy it. That's back towards Misery Hill. That's the plateau. And here's the top. Old Man on the Mountain.